Salute, folks. It's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor Alonzo Hall, your social media insurance broker. And I've returned today to whap and tap on your head with another ADH wealth solution. Before I go in, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. So, today, folks, I want to talk about, and part of it is partially my fault because I stopped consuming some of it and then I started consuming it again, is a lot of the black YouTube. Why do I consume black YouTube? It's probably because I'm black. And, why do I complain about black folk? Because I'm black. Just like white folk complain about white folk because they white and they tired of white people shit. Black people tired of black people shit. Alright? Chinese people tired of Chinese people shit. It is what it is. But I keep seeing in these online spaces, specifically the black manosphere, which now by a lot of used to be manosphere adjacent people are calling it the black planosphere. Apparently, initially the black manosphere, when I got exposed to it a couple years ago with Kevin Samuels, when the pandemic happened, I turned to YouTube because I couldn't leave the house. So I ran into Kevin Samuels. I liked the presentation of the suit and tie. It was a black man in a suit and tie, which is something that I like. I like wearing suit and tie, to be honest. I like the way it looks on me. You might like the way sagging Balenciaga jeans look on you. I like the way a nice fitted suit and tie look on me, right? So I like that look, and I got into his content. Now, if you binge watch and watch some of his old content, you'll know that he, as well, was talking to men, specifically black men, of a certain type, right? I remember I got so into his show that I called in. This was while he had just started, before the Average at Best lady. And he was teeter-tottering. He's how I got introduced to the divestment movement and people like Crystal and Karazin with the pink pill, right? So I called in and I had explained to him at the time I wasn't making at least $10,000 a month. I'm still not making $10,000 a month. I'm near there, right? But I haven't been, when I say I'm not making $10,000 a month, that doesn't mean that, I might do 12 this month, 20 that month, and then 0 another month. That's how commission works. So when I say I'm not making, $10,000 a month, it's because, I'm not averaging 10,000 a month, right? It doesn't, and it hasn't been 10,000 a month every month for 5 years straight or 3 years straight. But so he called me high value homeless and hung up in my face. And I wore that as a badge. A lot of these other black guys were around here. Oh, how can you tell somebody about your value? Rah, 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 rah. I could wear jeans and baggy pants and pull out more money out of my pocket than a room full of guys in suits. No, you can't. You might be able to pull more liquid cash out, but one of their credit cards that has space on it because it's not maxed out has more than you have in cash. So as far as availability of assets, unless it's an illegal transaction that you need to purchase something right there, you're busted. But so it was the image thing that caught me. But in that, there have been some gripes the black men have had, and they're, rightfully so for some of them. But there's gripes I have too. I have a gripe because there are a lot of guys running around right now who are manosphere adjacent or black planosphere adjacent or whatever you want to call it. And they're having panels of discussions about the niggas who they're tired of. And while, yeah, that's cool to get a lot of traction, there's people I know who are out here who are YouTube, a bunch of different channels I watch that are full of just brothers kind of doing some real life shit, working actual jobs, right? And behind the scenes, if you got rid of YouTube, they'd probably be all right. Now, me, if you got rid of YouTube, yes, I'd still be all right, but I actually do business through YouTube. Some of you people who are watching this video right now are currently my clients. Some of you people who are watching this video right now will go ahead, go into the description of this video, click and schedule a consult, and become my client. And some of you won't. But that's what YouTube is for us. It's so I'm getting frustrated because there are people who are starting YouTube channels and getting LLCs and shit. And I'm like, no, yes, you can use YouTube as a business, but use YouTube for business, not as business. YouTube should not be the business. Being on YouTube should not be the business. You should be the business. And then you being on YouTube is something ancillary. Like what I do. I'm a financial advisor. But YouTube is something that's ancillary. It's something that I do on the side. Right? So that is something that you would prefer. Whereas, you know, just being on YouTube, if they pull the rug, if they decide to demonetize you, you have no client base. You have no skill to use other than being on the panel talking about bitches all day. And that grows old. Or being on the panel talking about gossip, the latest celebrity gossip. Right? And then even that's the thing. Why is it that in our community, you know, especially the 45 and under crowd, especially these younger ones, these under 30s, they ain't trying to work no job. They ain't trying to be no clock puncher. There's nothing wrong with being a clock puncher. Clock punchers make the world go round, right? Because those are the people who make sure that work is there consistently. Because a good clock puncher will make sure that as they're punching the clock, they're making sure that they're doing a task, and they make sure that the person who has to create the income is having a task. I'll give you an example. When I was working at Mutual of Omaha back in 2012, and I hired an assistant, and I didn't pay her a boatload of money, but she didn't do a bunch of work. She worked 3 days out of the week in the office, and basically for an hour a day, and I paid her $300 a week. So she would make my phone calls, schedule my appointments, and, you know, file some paperwork if I had paperwork for her to file, but I generally filed all my own paperwork. So she basically just came in for an hour a day and scheduled appointments and did my cold calls. But when she first started and I was unorganized, she was like, whoa, okay, number one, for me to work, I have to get this organized a certain way. But in order for you to have processes that make sure that I work this hour a day, 3 days, or this 3 hours a week, that you have something for me to do consistently, so that I will have a job, right? And that's another thing. A lot of you black dudes be talking about these women submitting, but you don't give her anything to do. And what I mean is, you don't have a business. I got an LLC for my clothing line. That's my label printed onto a t-shirt, and I just pay for them to do that at Alibaba, and then they bring it to me and I print it out. I don't make enough money for her to do my books. I'm not industrious enough to try and have her help me get my product in somewhere else. Man, listen, y'all don't know. I done got to the procurement department of Yale University on a whim because my homeboy was trying to sell some electronic scooters to compete with Lime or Bird or City Bike if you're in New York. And I was trying to get it here to the universities. So the procurement department, Google procurement department of a university and see what it is. Well, then you'll be able to contact them. But, you know, that's how you have to be industrious and give your woman something to do. But it's just frustrating because it seems like it's eggplant and kitty cat talk all day as opposed to shit that's productive with my productive guys, you know. And then you've got these fake real estate people and these, you know, they tell you, oh, skip trace and fix and flip and you know, everybody's a real estate investor now. Everybody's a fucking real estate investor, but nobody knows what hard money is, which is insane to me, right? How are you a real estate investor? So you do an all cash deal? Really? So you doing 10-day closes? Right? But what happens is that enough of these people are out there and able to put out webinars and shit and fool the real. So I think I'm gonna start doing that too, doing webinars and shit. Here on YouTube, I'll give y'all just the raw me, and if you want the professional me, you'll click the link. Every once in a while, yes, and for the most part of the time, yes, I will give you, you know, professionalism and things on my profession. But in that, you can look for things like my ADH Wealth Solution articles. But in these types of videos, I'm just letting it fly, man. These are just my thoughts on video because I have them. But I'm not going to go for too much longer. I guess I'll stop here because I don't want to ramble on. But just think about it, black men. If we, and when I say black men and we, no, it's not a monolith. But there are a few of us who have been, currently are, or will soon be connected and connecting. And we need to actually further those relationships so that we have things like monthly business meetings and we can be across states and help each other. We can actually create a new fraternity. And we can go out there and while we're spread out through the beauty of this thing called the internet, and we can build. So at any rate, that's gonna be it for today, folks. Make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, wipe ass. Work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass. Work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass. Work in progress every day and see success. And remember, folks, when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge. Salute.